Laurie is a 44-year-old clinical manager from Wickford. He has been a paramedic for 22 years. The last 18 have been spent at Essex Herts Air Ambulance.
The air ambulances, certainly in this region, are reserved for those patients that are so critically unwell they just need an extra level of care. And those patients, fortunately, don't come round that often, a handful of times a day.
They attend incidents where life is in imminent danger, as they can give blood, anaesthetic and even perform surgery at a scene.
The pandemic has had a significant impact on us as it has in any healthcare organisation. When we went into lockdown, we did see a slight drop-off in number of calls, and no doubt that's a reflection of the fact there's less traffic on the roads, less car accidents, less industrial accidents because people weren't at work. But the serious jobs still came in.
Not only have they attended calls to COVID-positive patients, but the virus remains a risk at every job.
We've transported a few patients that we've subsequently found out have had COVID-19. We've taken all the standard precautions, so it's not been an issue. But that, sometimes when you later find out that patient had the coronavirus, then it sort of brings it home to you how prevalent it is and sort of how it can go unnoticed.
Personal protective equipment is vital in these situations, and getting hold of it has proved a challenge for the charity.
Early on, we had quite a challenge getting the PPE. We were phoning companies, we were emailing companies, and they were out of stock. Obviously, we were really worried that this might actually affect service delivery.
The charity launched an appeal for PPE and were overwhelmed with donations of equipment and money to buy supplies.
I can't thank the people of Essex and Hertfordshire enough for their generosity. It's been incredible. The charity has struggled a bit with fundraising during this particular time. Obviously, we've had to cancel some really big events. We've had to close our charity shops as well. So our fundraising has taken a bit of a knock. However, the generosity and support shown with the PPE campaign is just, incredible.
Working in the equipment has brought its own challenges.
My own personal experience was dealing with a patient who'd collapsed at a station, a railway station, in the blaring sunshine. And not only have we got our PPE on, our flight suit, which keeps us safe in the aircraft, we've also been wearing the suits over the top of that, together with our masks, together with our goggles, and it can be very uncomfortable when you're performing, let's say, CPR or involved in a complex patient care. It can get very hot. Communication can sometimes be difficult through the mask as well.
And yet communication is more vital than ever, as families are unable to follow loved ones to hospital.
The idea that their loved ones are going off to hospital, they don't know what's happening to them, and we can't take them with us. Not having that close contact with their family member at a really difficult time. We try as much as we can to engage the family members when we're dealing with the patient, even in the most difficult circumstances where time and seconds really do count.
The nature and scale of the pandemic has felt surreal to Laurie.
I've been to a lot of conferences over the last few years that have had an epidemiologist speak and sort of warn us that the next big threat for the UK is a virus, and it's almost I believed it, but it was almost a bit Hollywood, because the only context I had to go against was sort of films that I've seen. So I guess we did, we had sort of a sense that this could happen, but I could never have imagined really the impact that it's had and how everybody's life would change so significantly.
But the adversity has only served to pull the team closer together.
I'm extremely proud of my team. There's just been a desire to do our bit, to get involved and do whatever we can, and they've been very courageous in doing so. People sort of come together when there's in these sort of difficult times, and that's been nice to see. And I think some of us will be closer to each other as a consequence.